EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll air this one out for Mims. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss. Down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Newton. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Gain, that's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Going top shelf. And this is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And that's one where the quarterback has to show the agility of his feet and the arm. And to scramble, still was able to make the play.
I'm not showing my age. I go back to Roger Staubach. When he was with the Cowboys and Tom Landry, his head coach kept telling him, quit scrambling, quit. Oh, nice result. Those are those types of plays. Keeping the play alive, extending it, and finding a receiver open for a touchdown.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Brings up 3rd down.
They go play action with Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. And it's caught by Herndon. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Jackson. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
10 yards on the pick.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First down, Jets.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice ground.
Complete to Denzel.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Here comes comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Makes the
plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The shotgun snap for Newton. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Newton. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
2nd and 10. Newton again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
After the interception, here's Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Newton. Got a man open. That's Harry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's good.
His first catch of the game. Good for 11 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And the Patriots are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And they will run it with Michel. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots add on to their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each is pretty impressive.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch,
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check. Lucky.
Now Newton on 1st down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, catch is made by Harry. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Newton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He'll air this one out deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brashad Perriman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Whoa. He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 2nd and 9, Newton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37.
17 yards on the play. It's now
Newton on 3rd down. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass in this first half. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their team. Had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And that one makes this a 19-point game.
good. Makes the score Patriots 28, Jets 9.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. Forced out to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Joseph's got it. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Play action, it's Newton. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Jets 9.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
5-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Devin Bush. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, Oftentimes, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Tight ends right. 3 down. Check. Crunch. Out.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And interesting there, a loss of 15 yards on the return. But the possession of the football is theirs as they take over.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A play fake to Michelle, now Newton. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Big stop. Let's go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
65. Hey, check. Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch the run. Watch the run. Undercrush.
On the ground, Michelle, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. To throw again on second down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it'll bring up third down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jackson will throw again. He's going up top for Herndon downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
A 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Foxborough.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Let's go.
To throw again, Jackson. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground, this is Michelle, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Newton. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So now after the sack, Cam of the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long.
Back to you. Back to you. Let's go. Mike 42. Mike 42. Watch the run. Watch the run.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
The Patriots send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
To number 28. He's out of bounds at the 12-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
First down.
Jackson on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 56. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Throwing again. Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in citrus in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Check 53. Here it comes. Here it comes.
They fake the give. Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the way? He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 77 yards, and the Jets are able to get a score back.
For the point after.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This will make it into the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. He'll air this one out deep for Perriman. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Jackson's pass.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Jackson And now here is another interception. Picked off by Patrick Chung. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
20.
Out of the gun, Newton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Jackson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
A loss of 4 yards. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 14.
Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
A loss of 4.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Dancing to his left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
It's 55. Jets 16.